So today we are going to be doing a closed ecosystem build. This is a rebuild of a 5-litre drinks dispenser. So I'm using some old substrate here, which has got a mix of gravel, sand and aqua soil just as a base, and topping up with a bit of gravel to just make the substrate a bit deeper. So this is a cereal stone. I wanted to try and create a sloping kind of mountain view. Just filling in the last few gaps here with a bit more substrate. It kind of saves some of the detritus collecting in the gaps between the rocks. And I'm going to use one of the sticks I've already got, just popping on the lid to check its height, which was a little bit too tall, so trim that one down and pop it back in. So capping off with some decorative sand. I didn't put the aqua soil in bags this time, and it was a bit of a mistake because later on the aqua soil kept on coming up above the surface. Just giving the sand a bit of a spray down so that it makes it easier to plant. So we've got a couple of plants here. This is Limnophila sicilliflora. It's a fast growing plant, so it will take up a lot of nutrients. Just putting a couple of sprigs in here. One towards the back that will grow quite tall, and one towards the front which will give it a bit of interest. So this is Storagene repens. There's a few little plants in here, so just separating it from its pot and put those in a few key areas. I decided that I wanted a larger patch down the front here, just for contrast with the plants that are going to be put across the top of the substrate. So this is Hygrophila pinnafatida. I've not had a huge amount of success with this plant. It has a tendency to break down quite a bit, but I thought I'd try it in this build to see whether I could get it to grow. It's a shame I can't get it to grow in the others because I love the fern leaves. If it doesn't work in this build, I'll try it next time by not burying the roots and seeing whether that works, because it can grow with the roots taking nutrients from the water column as well. So unfortunately missed the recording. I've got some hair grass around the front there. The idea that it will carpet may not do so because it's going to be in quite a low light environment in the bathroom. The water that I'm using to fill up here is a mix of old water from one of my other tanks and tap water. Sometimes it's easier to just fill it using your hand rather than using the paper towel method. So this is it in situ, just topping it up so that it's full. and taking away some of the detritus from the surface of the water. So we're now going to add a drop of tap water conditioner, and this dechlorinates the tap water that's gone into the bowl. It's only 2 drops for this sized bowl. And we'll add a little bit of quick start to the bowl. This is beneficial bacteria. We're going to pop in the snails, which you can see here. These are ram's horns that I've collected from the tank, and they'll produce some waste and get the cycling going. And I'll just keep an eye on it with a few small water changes to begin with. So these are the cherry shrimp that I'm going to be adding. We've got some reds here, some yellows and oranges. So now that the bowl has settled slightly, these can go in. I'll be popping in a little bit of shrimp food occasionally to give them a little bit of a boost, because our water's very soft and it does prove a little bit troublesome for the shedding of their exoskeleton. We've got a nice red cherry shrimp there that's got a stripe down his back. And the oranges and yellows are quite similar under this lighting, but it's a little bit easier to see in real life. You can see there that a yellow is a little bit more transparent than the orange. I didn't mention earlier, but the shrimp were acclimatised to the water before I put them in. I did a little drip acclimation into the little bowl that they were in before transferring them over. And that's the finished result. I will be popping some floating plants on the top. I'll just take them from the other builds that I've got, because there's plenty there. It's quite a nice little feature in the bathroom. You see it as soon as you walk in. The shrimp are fascinating to watch. The snails are absolutely massive. There won't be a huge amount of breeding for them in this bowl, because there's not going to be a lot of nutrients other than what I put in for the shrimp, so we won't get quite the same explosions in this tank as we do in the others. Planting gives it a nice little forest vibe, and there are plenty of spaces for the shrimp to hide in. As always, thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.